Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Bloody Bunch podcast number 46. Today with your host, Balfour, and welcoming back, Buddy.
Hello there.
It's just us two this week. We missed last week because I went to a concert, and that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today to begin with. Our experiences with concerts and stuff like that. So, the reason why we missed out on last week was because our schedules just didn't align correctly. Because I had to go up to Phoenix to go see the Foo Fighters play. Those who know me, the Foo Fighters are my favorite band of all time, so they took precedence over everything else. We were contemplating an idea of recording on a Sunday as opposed to a Monday. But again, because I wanted to do one with Jonathan, but it just didn't pan out well. So we just decided to skip a week, which, I know it sucks because we're missing out on a week of content, but we're back now. But the concert, man, so damn good. I've never heard of these guys, but they're apparently a band from Sydney, Australia. They're called Gangs of Youth.
Ooh.
Yeah, interesting name. Fucking awesome music, man. My mom was like, these guys are really good. It sucked, though, because their sound guy didn't level out their mics correctly, so it was kind of difficult to hear him sing.
Oh.
But their studio stuff is amazing, and even their live performance was fantastic.
Nice.
Their energy was amazing. They played for about an hour or so because their songs are pretty lengthy. Their songs are about 5.5 minutes long.
Good lord.
Yeah, but it's really, really good. I'll have to show you them later on tonight because they were a fantastic opening act. But oh my god. Dude, the beginning of when the Foo Fighters hit the stage, Dave just ran out with his guitar. Just like, and then like you see everyone else following suit and just went straight into music. It was an intense almost 2.5 hours. Just nonstop music. It was really cool. And like their whole, the way that they set up this set list for, I'm assuming the rest of the tour, because they've been touring for like a year and a half, was they played everything in reverse. So they played their newest stuff all the way to their oldest stuff.
Oh, wow.
And then like they saved like their biggest hits for like the last 3 songs. But it was really cool because like as they were going backwards and playing their songs, Dave is an amazing frontman. He knows how to work a crowd. So there was a lot of comedic stuff that was happening. There's a lot of improvisation that I know a lot of people probably didn't pick up on. But there was a couple of songs where like, say they were playing, All My Life from one of their albums, which is one of their famous songs. They would just like start having a jam session in the middle of the song. And then like Dave would look to Taylor Hawkins is their drummer, and he'd be like, "Hey Taylor, do a fill." And like you just see like Taylor do a drum fill like out of nowhere, or like Chris do a solo, and then like Chris would just start shredding and stuff like that. And I'm like, I've never been to a concert where like the bandmates were just like, "Yeah, fuck it, do some like improvisation in the middle of this famous song that everyone really loves." It was crazy. And there was this really cool thing that they did. Their pianist started playing the tone of Imagine by John Lennon. And like Dave was like giving this heartfelt speech, like saying like, "I don't give a shit where you're from, who you like, whatever. This is the moment that we're gonna be together." And like he was like this really drawn out, really emotional thing. Mm-hmm. They kept the beat of Imagine, but he sang Jump by Van Halen. So
that's quite impressive.
It was really fucking funny. And then as they were doing like the chorus to Jump, because then it was like jump, yeah. Fucking the lead singer to the Scorpions jumped on stage. I know, that's what I was like, what the fuck?
Excuse me, what?
That's so weird. So, but yeah, no, it was a really fun concert, and I lost my voice for essentially 2.5 days. Like my voice is still raspy now.
Yeah.
But like the day after, or right after the concert, I couldn't talk like at all. Like my voice would just like start scratching and everything. So like when I went to work on Wednesday, because I had Tuesday off. So when I went to work on Wednesday, like I was talking to people and just like, "Hi," like my voice just kept cracking, like I was pubescent. Yeah, like I was prepubescent. So, but it was really fun. I haven't gone to a concert in a long time, just because there aren't many musical acts that I'm like, I have to go see them now. And usually if I'm going to go to a concert, it's either like Fall Ball or K for Mayday, just so I can see multiple bands all in one go. So, but what was the last concert that you went to?
The last one I think was Fall Ball or K for Mayday. The one with
Breaking Benjamin, the one that we went to.
Yeah, that
was a fun concert. Who did we say? It was Breaking Benjamin, Everlast.
Everlast.
He put on a good show.
He did.
Oh my god, I don't even remember. Was that the whole day and I can't remember?
It was a whole day. A lot of heat stroke.
Well, I'm hoping that like Fall Ball this year has a pretty decent lineup. Oh no, it was Fall Ball that we went to for Breaking Benjamin because KF Mayday was oh my god, who was it? Was it Godsmack?
Yeah.
No.
That was like
it was. Oh my god, I like them too. I didn't go to KF Mayday.
All I remember there was
I think it starts with a C.
There was one called Thrice.
Yeah, Thrice was there.
Give me a second here. I'm gonna keep looking.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, Fall Ball last year was a lot of fun because I haven't been able to see Breaking Benjamin live, and that's also one of my favorite bands. So seeing them perform was really, really fun. It's always enjoyable. I think one of the best aspects of going to a concert is being able to sing with people. Like I'm gonna go back to Dave Grohl because he's my idol, but he essentially said a while back, and I think this was like when Echo Silence, Patience, and Grace came out. He was essentially saying, like, it's cool as a musician to play in front of a crowd because, and this is him saying it, when you play, like, in Wembley Stadium, which is one of the biggest stadiums in the world, you have thousands of people singing the same song for 1,000 different reasons. Yeah. Like, I thought that was really cool, and that kind of clicked with me. It's like, that is super true. Just because everyone has a song that they grasp onto, but it's not always for the same reason, and everybody's unique in their own way. But music kind of brings in that solidarity. So I always like keep that quote in my head. So
I found it. It was Breaking Benjamin, Pierce the Veil, Thrice, Beartooth, and Dreamers.
Beartooth was cool.
Beartooth was really good.
I don't remember Pierce the Veil because like they came on and I was
they came on right before because they were before Breaking Benjamin. Yeah. Just like, come on, hurry it up.
Like, because we were just sitting down in the stands at that point. We were just like, wow, these guys suck. But, yeah, no, I mean, like, yeah, it's a hit and miss. But, at least we get to see people that we normally wouldn't spend the money for. And I think that's kind of why I like KF Mayday and Fall Ball. For those who don't know, KF Mayday and Fall Ball are the music, I don't want to call them festivals. Music, like, events that happen like every half a year. So you essentially have KF Mayday, which happens in the spring, and then you have Fall Ball, which obviously is in the fall. So those are like the two like big years that people just go out and have some beers and listen to music all day. I know some people only go for like the last two bands. Yeah. But like if I'm paying $40, I'm gonna go all day. I don't think I've ever gone to one of those events where I didn't go like at open.
That's true. I think the last, I think it was actually KF Mayday was when Godsmack was opening. As soon as they came up, what turned me away is because they were playing it always on the radio. Was their 10,000 horsepower song or something that was like their hit at the time? Yeah. As soon as they got on stage and that played, I was like, nope, I'm walking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to radio anymore. Honestly, I don't know too many people who continue to listen to radio. I know like a lot of people do. I just personally don't know them because a lot of my friends just have an MP3 player and they just listen to the same music. So, but yeah, I can't remember the last time I listened to like an ad or like even KF Mayday. I can't listen to KF Mayday because they play the same shit all the time. Mm-hmm. And I know it's always been the same thing because that's just the way the radio business is. Like, they get paid to play certain songs and stuff like that. So it's kind of a bummer when you're like, I want to listen to rock music. And then Pierce the Veil comes on and you're like, oh, well, I guess I'll turn it to 94.9 or something, like some soft rock thing. Or if it's like 9 a.m. or 9 p.m., you switch it to Delilah.
Or Love Line.
Oh yeah, I got Love Line. Is Love Line even still on?
I really don't know because they've done that like really like late at night. Like
yeah, I mean it's usually like 11:30. Well, because now they have that new like local band thing for KF May. Yeah, where it's like 11 to 12 is like all local like artists or stuff like that, which I think is cool. But it's like, wow, that really sucks. Like you have to wait till 11 p.m. to fucking listen to any local bands. But I don't know. I love music. I love concerts. A live performance changes the way that you look at a lot of stuff, in my opinion. And it really sucks when you see a live show and they sound just like the studio album.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's one of my favorite things is going to a show and then having having certain things be a little different in a song. That way, you know, like, it feels like a real, like, it feels like they're really playing it. And to me, when a band just sounds just like they do on their album, it feels a little artificial to me. Like, I understand, you know, it's a ton of work. Don't get me wrong. Like, a lot of you guys know that I've worked as a musician. It sucks. It is a lot of work. And I appreciate those who perform because it is a very stressful job. But as a performance, I think you should be bringing more than just what you've already shown. Mm-hmm. I think every show should be a little different. That's also just the producer in me. Like, you don't want to just have the exact same thing over and over again, or else it gets like too repetitive. Plus, you also want to get the crowd like excited. You know, like if you're just playing song after song after song, like sure you'll get people excited for the song, but it's like where's the connection there? Like why am I going to pay you $70 a ticket if I can just watch a YouTube video and it's the exact same thing? Like, I think that's what, again, excited me about seeing Dave and stuff. Is like he was interacting and shit. Like, you know, I really want to fucking talk to you guys, but you know, Phoenix is an asshole and they have a curfew. Fuck you, Phoenix, for having a curfew. So like, you know, they only had limited time to play all of their songs, but even with that, like, he was still able to like bounce back and forth with the audience. And I feel like more acts should do that and be a little more engaging, because it feels a little more intimate and it feels a little more like human, as opposed to just like having someone on a pedestal and just like looking up at them. Like fucking people who go to like a Beyonce show are like, oh my god, she's a queen. Ah! It's like, yeah, but is she talking to you? like does she know that you exist?
Damn, like, yeah, but is she talking to you?
Yeah, like, bet she isn't. No, but I don't know. I miss going to shows. I mean, I used to go to shows all the time living here, just because it's one of the few things that you can really do in Tucson. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the things I'm happy about being back, is hopefully I'll be able to go to more shows. But I don't know. Is there any shows that you're really interested in that are coming up?
I haven't really. I used to look up Rialto shows, because sometimes they always have some good lineups. I haven't checked it yet.
Pretty cheap too.
Oh yeah, relatively. It's depending on the artist or band that plays, they're usually relatively priced, which is nice for someone who just listens. Like, hey, these guys are coming in, but it's $80 for it.
Seriously.
Or you know, just something like that, or just there you go and it's like the highest you'll pay will be like $60 for a ticket, if that.
Yeah, like thankfully, it could be a lot worse.
It could be. Then I forgot. I slipped my mind. I saw a band play at the House of Bards on Saturday.
Wait, you saw who?
I was at the House of Bards.
Yeah.
They were called TMI.
TMI.
Too much information.
What style are they?
They were how do I say it? In the beginning, they were like a Santana tribute band.
Okay.
And then they started doing other stuff, and they started playing like Doobie Brothers.
Okay, so a little more
of like groovy stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I could dig it. Good. Are they a local thing or?
Excuse me. I think so, because they had a show up in Tombstone, I think.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
And then they came down here and did a couple shows.
I could dig it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my brother probably knows more local stuff that are happening. I just dropped water on myself. That felt really cold. I was not prepared for that. But no, I have to ask him, because like he's super big into the punk scene. So if you guys
really, I wouldn't have noticed that.
Really, looking at him, you wouldn't think, I think he might be into the punk.
You know what I think he listens to? Daughtry.
If I okay.
Sorry.
No, but yeah, you should talk to him if you're interested in stuff like that. But switching from talking about music and stuff, Destiny players, I know y'all are tired of hearing us talk about Destiny, but Destiny 2, if you guys are a Destiny 2 player right now, fucking Halloween season is upon us, yo. The day that this podcast comes out, starting October 16th through November 5th or 6th. Might be 5th.
5th.
They're doing Halloween, like a spectacle Halloween thing.
Ooh.
Essentially, like, you know, the Infinite Force from Curse of Osiris, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing like spooky Infinite Force type of thing. So it's like things progressively get harder. You get rewards. You're going to get costumes, new emotes, and stuff like that. I actually really want a specific emote. There's a guitar emote.
Oh, God.
There's an acoustic guitar emote, and I want it so badly.
I for a second, I thought it was going to be one like your popcorn one, where it's like a jack-o'-lantern bag and you just throw candy.
Oh my fucking God. That would be awesome. I hope there is. I really hope there's a fucking... But yeah, no. So if you're a Destiny player, definitely log in because there's going to be some cool... Oh my God, I just fucked up my audio. There's going to be some cool stuff happening for the next 2.5 weeks or something like that.
You gotta get back into it.
Yeah, well, my fucking Xbox is here now, so I can actually play. Because the problem is I've been on this side of town so much, and I just haven't had my equipment. So I finally moved all of my stuff, so now we can actually fucking record stuff.
Nice.
And upload things, and I can edit stuff while I'm not at work now. So that's kind of the reasons why the videos haven't been coming out like we had slated before. So last week, actually 2 weeks ago, we said that we were going to have 2 videos a week, and that was the initial plan. But because I am moving again, right now the editing is taking a lot longer, and because of that, I haven't been able to upload stuff. So hopefully within the next 2 weeks, you guys will finally be getting some videos because we shot a few videos already, and they're just need to be edited and uploaded. So I'm working on that right now. Now that I have moved all my equipment over here.
I'm pretty sure your viewers are understandable because shit happens. You know, things come in the way. It's like, hey, you gotta go do this, you know?
Yeah, no, they're totally understandable. But speaking of stuff that we're doing, just want to remind everybody that on November 10th is going to be the day that we do our Extra Life 24-hour charity stream. We are sponsoring Tucson Medical Center. So all of the donations that we receive during that stream are going to go straight to Tucson Medical Center. For those who are skeptical of donating to us, I'm going to be sharing some more information this week on our Facebook page and all of our social media to kind of explain a little bit more about how the donation stuff works. We don't see any of the money that you send to us. You know, we're just kind of the middleman between you and TMC. So on our end, we can see how much you're donating, but we don't touch any of the money. That's all through specifically Extra Life's site, and it goes straight to the hospital itself. But during the events, you're going to get a plethora of entertainment for you guys. For those who are interested, we're going to be playing a lot of different video games, a lot of different tabletop games, you know, like board games and card games and stuff like that, as well as a lot of physical activities. So if you guys watched last year, this year is going to be 10 times what it was last year. Oh God! Last year was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a big production, but this year we're going bigger this year. So, last year we raised a total of $1,400. So this year our goal is to raise $2,000. If you guys aren't able to donate, you know, right then and there during the stream, all we ask is that you guys share, you know, our stuff around, whether the live stream or the donation link itself. You know, again, I'll be posting a lot more information about it during this week and the weeks following up to it, because right now is kind of crunch time, setting everything up, and we're super, super excited to see what's going to happen this year. So, but yeah, I just want to plug that in.
Nice.
You excited for Extra Life?
I am. I just, as much as I enjoyed last year, especially the what was it? The chocolate pepper thing.
Oh yeah, the chocolate covered strawberries and peppers.
I thought it was just so funny. Just in like, I think it was your brother and Jazzy were just like completely dying.
Yeah,
it was great.
so last year, unfortunately, we don't have the footage. But last year, we did a chocolate covered strawberry challenge. Essentially, everyone who was there at the time had to pick a chocolate covered item. And it was either a strawberry or a habanero. A habanero. I know some people are like, habaneros aren't hot. Ugh. Some people can't handle the heat because those motherfuckers are hot. Oh, yeah. Those seeds get to you, man. And, you know, part of the challenge was that you had to eat Like, at least half of it. It was like, get a big piece in your mouth. So, everyone was fine. Except for Jonathan. Esther had it, and it didn't even faze her.
Yeah.
She was just like, again, she's one of those people who are just like, it's not hot. I can eat whatever the fuck I want. Because she's a badass. Jazzy got it. Oh, no, Jonathan didn't get it. I think Deanna got it. And then Jonathan ate Deanna's.
Oh.
I think that's what happened.
That makes sense.
But yeah, they were dying. They were on their knees. It was a bad time.
I got lucky.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, we'll see what happens this year, because this year we're actually going to make it harder. We're going to have we're going to chop up the strawberries and chop up the habaneros and put them in little blocks. So you know how last year they were just like bigger, thick ones, and you can kind of a little bit tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this way it's going to be just pure random squares, and hopefully you don't die.
I can already just imagine just someone in the back and you just hear.
It's going to be good. Right now we're setting up the schedule for everything. So again, there's going to be a lot of different activities. I'm going to be talking about it on my Twitch stream, which should hopefully be up and running again, either by the end of this week or the beginning of next week. Again, I'm moving places right now, so it's a transitional period, but we'll be able to get some stuff out relatively soon. But actually, it was really funny because when I was moving all my stuff, I didn't realize how many guitars I have. I'm actually still missing 2 guitars back home. I brought the stuff over, and I opened the door, and Jasmine and Deanna were just like, wow, that's a lot of guitars. I brought in 2 of them, and then I went back out. Jonathan brought 2 more. I went out and grabbed another 2 and put them down. They're just like, that's a lot of fucking guitars. I have a lot of guitars. For good reason, though.
One-man band.
Yeah, essentially. I have a drum set. I did have a bass at one point. But I ended up selling it because I needed the money. But I don't know. I need those guitars because for those who may not know, guitars... Oops. Every guitar has a different sound. And they all play very differently. Which is why sometimes it's awkward for me to play someone else's guitar. I can play it. It just feels weird. But every guitar has a different sound, especially acoustics, because I'm primarily an acoustic musician. I mean, I have 4 electrics, but the acoustic scene is kind of more my thing. And I essentially have a guitar for blues. I have a guitar for alternative indie stuff. There's another guitar that I primarily use for jazz type of stuff. I don't use it too often. It was my first acoustic electric that I got from my friend John. It has a really smooth sound to it, but the action is really awkward to it. So it hurts after a while, especially when you're playing jazz, because jazz is kind of all over the place. So, but I don't know. I love all my babies. I love that they're in the little closet now and safe and sound. But hopefully, I don't know. I've been contemplating doing a little more music stuff now that I have a better space. One of the things that I'm actually really excited about this place is that it has carpet flooring. Yeah. So, I know our voices might sound a little echoey, and that's just because there's not stuff on the wall. But at least in here, I can start soundproofing things, as opposed to all the other places that I've lived before. It was just really difficult to soundproof. So I'm really looking forward to putting some stuff on these walls that aren't this stuff. Because this stuff is not mine. Because I would totally love sports on my wall, right?
I love sports ball.
All the sports ball. I don't know. Are you into sports?
Not really. Not when I used to be. That doesn't make sense. Not as much as I used to be.
What did you used to be really into?
Was baseball for the longest time, and then it went to football, and then now it's just sports ball.
Who was your team?
For which one?
For baseball.
For the longest time, it was the Diamondbacks.
Okay.
And Sidewinders for a while, and then I just kind of gave up on it.
Sidewinders? Who are the Sidewinders?
Sidewinders was the local.
Oh, local the AA team, right?
It's a local team here, and then they changed it to something else. I forget what it was.
I don't know. See, this is why we need Jonathan on here, because he's the sports guy.
Yeah, he's. Exactly.
I need to get our friend Robbie and him in here and talk a little bit more about sports and stuff.
This week on the Sports Hour.
Yeah. Well, he and I have been talking about maybe doing something because he's the sports guy. I'm just a passive observer. I'm not really into sports. I can follow it, but it just doesn't interest me. So it'd be interesting to have him kind of school me in like the world of sports and like kind of understand like the phenomena behind it, because it's to me, I just still don't understand it. I guess it's like how, you know, middle-aged man don't understand like
Oh God.
like esports and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Like it's that correlation where they're just like they're so disassociated from it that they just don't understand it. I'm kind of like that. Like I've played sports in my life, but it's just never been a big thing for me. So hopefully he and I can you know, talk a little bit more about it, because I know he's a big sports guy, even if he doesn't want to admit it sometimes. Looking at you, bro. Nah, but it's cool. You know, people like what they like. If you like sports, you're probably a heathen, but it's okay.
Damn.
But what games are you playing right now?
Right now I was doing Doom, and I had a new game I just played recently. It was Guns, Gore, and Cannoli.
What?
Yeah, it's think of Metal Slug,
Okay.
but like a post-apocalyptic mobster kind of thing.
Huh. Interesting. There's a lot of, I didn't realize this, but there's a lot of post-apocalyptic like side scrollers.
I've noticed that.
Like Jonathan and I just saw this new one that's coming out on the Switch in like 4 days or something, and it's like Super Meat Boy meets Awesome Knots, but post-apocalyptic. It's weird.
That sounds
it
weird.
looks weird. There's a lot going on in the game where we're looking at it, we're just like, no, that hurts my head. I can't do it.
Right.
I can't do side scrollers anymore. Like, if it's an older game, I can do it, but like new side scrollers, it's just not my thing.
They just add too much to it sometimes. And
Yeah,
it's like your eyes are just going. Ugh.
Yeah, I think it's because like at least the older games are a little more simple, where like the newer ones have to incorporate something new, because like if they don't, then it's just gonna die out. And actually, speaking of that, we were actually looking at a like small documentary about Telltale, and like how Telltale was one of the few companies that kind of kept the point and click adventure thing alive.
Yeah,
because that's essentially the way that like, you know, The Walking Dead, you know, Game of Thrones, and like all those games. Yeah, like all those games are. They're essentially just a point and click game, just without the clicking, like for the consoles and stuff like that. So I thought that was interesting that they were one of the few game companies, rest in peace, that that kept a very dying genre of game going. So, and that's kind of the way I feel about side scrollers. Like, I honestly feel like side scrollers have kind of outlived their time. Granted, if you're working on a side scroller, you know, more power to you, because that programming and stuff, 10 out of 10. But, you know, I just feel like we've grown up and have moved on to more cinematic stuff. Yeah. It's definitely where the games are right now. So first person and adventure games, it's a lot of cinematic, big adventure, like kind of like what are they called? What's the Odyssey called? An epic. Like that's the way that I feel like a lot of AAA games are becoming, are either like epics or they're primarily focusing on multiplayer aspects, kind of like Rainbow Six. So, which I'm surprised Rainbow Six is like as popular as it is.
Yeah, same here.
Like Siege, like it's crazy how they're in year 3 already.
Yeah,
and like their player base is still super hardcore. So I haven't played Siege in a while, since like that night that we played.
Yeah, I part of me is kind of debating whether or not to get it for the Xbox.
If you do, I have it.
Yeah, because you know me, I have a shitty PC, and sometimes there's where I was going, oh, what the fuck is this?
What sucks is like when we're in the middle of a match and we're winning, and then you're like, oh, I disconnected, and I'm like, God damn it!
I don't want to talk about it. It happens so much.
Yeah, it is insane how often it happens to you.
Yeah,
like I don't understand why it happens to you as much as it does.
I can give you a good example. Me and a friend of mine were playing Resident Evil 6. We were going through, it was almost towards the end of the chapter. We get to a part where it's like melancholy. We're gonna find out what's happening and everything. Disconnect.
Boom. Oh my god.
I slammed my desk so hard.
Do you think it might just be your internet connection then? If it's
well, I'm pretty sure it has to be. Cause,
are you wired or are you doing it wirelessly?
I'm doing the wireless.
That's probably why.
Yeah, and because it's like, oh, I could probably do it. It's just no less than just right across from my room.
Then why don't you do it?
What do you mean? The cordless or the wireless?
To fucking just plug it in straight to the wire.
I don't have long enough cord for that.
Isn't it just across the way? Well, okay, what's across the way for you?
Like from here to where I saw the laundry room.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty far distance. We'll have to pick you up an Ethernet cable.
Yeah, well, just whenever I like finally get myself stable with this new job, we'll just be like, I'm connecting everything. To
Hell yeah, man!
Wi-Fi.
Hell yeah! For those who don't know, always if you have the option to either be wireless or connect Ethernet, always connect Ethernet. It's so much faster. It's so nice. Better. Which is why I'm excited. Like my router's still over at my parents' house, but like when I bring my router over here, we're gonna wire it downstairs because their router is below me. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna have to try to find a way for me to wire it up here. That way my computer can actually connect. So,
or if anything, I'll see if I can see if there's a plan where they can have an extra cable and I'll pay for half of it and just keep it in my room and just plug everything.
That could work too. Because do you have a cable thing in your room?
I think so.
So you should be able to theoretically. You should be able to.
Theoretically.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just dude, there's so many games coming out. There's so many games coming out. So many. Are you gonna get Spyro?
I want to. See, here's the thing though. When you have somebody that loves Spyro a lot and talks to you about it, it's one of those things where I want to get it, but I don't want to just. I wanted to play for myself. I don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want to play it for someone else, because of someone else. Yeah, I get that. Like, I'm a big Achievement Hunter fan, and Jeremy Dooley is like the biggest Spyro fan ever. I can't listen to him talk about it because I'm like, I'm excited for the game, but you're really turning me off of the game because you're talking about all the time. So, and I know I'm the same. Like everyone has that. Everyone has the one thing where it's like, oh, I'm really excited about this. So, no offense to him. It's just I'm tired of listening to it.
There was a thing I found, which was an incense burner of Spyro.
Is it the one that comes out of his fucking nose?
Yeah, the smoke comes out of his nose, and I was telling my boy about it, and then all of a sudden, it's like I was on the phone. I was like, hey, what do you think about this? I was like, what? Look at what I just hear.
Oh God,
I need it. I was like, oh God.
It is actually really cool looking. The model and everything looks fantastic.
It's actually really detailed.
Yeah, it's really really cool. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, look up Spyro incense burner. It's really really cool. I don't know, like a lot of the rare collectibles, like the company Rare, come out with some really cool stuff, like the Banjo-Kazooie stuff. Mm-hmm. Have you seen those? Like those statues look fucking awesome. Granted, they're not $400 worth awesome, but they're really awesome.
They're good from a distance.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Speaking of statues, I had to show you this thing that I picked up. It's in my car. Okay. I'll show you after we're done recording because it's really fucking cool.
Oh God.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, it's cool for me. Like, it's cool for people who are into it. But
that's fair.
Yeah. But well, guys, I think we're actually going to end this episode here. I know it's a short episode, but we're in a transitional period right now. But we wanted to make sure that we had a episode come out for you guys because I know that we missed last week. But is there any last thoughts that you want to tell the audience?
If you guys have nothing better to do, I'm starting to do a streaming on Mixer, if you guys know what that is.
Oh my gosh. So for those who don't know what Mixer is, it's essentially the Xbox streaming service. If you have an Xbox, or even if you just are on the computer, just go to Mixer.com. Where can they find you on Mixer?
The handle is BUDD1576.
BUDD1576. So check it out on Mixer. What kind of stuff are you streaming right now?
Right now I'm just doing like my playthrough of Doom, but I know the one thing I'm gonna do that's gonna be heavily, what's the word? Heavily focused on is gonna be Vampire.
Oh, okay, yeah, the new one, Vampire with a Y.
Vampire with a Y.
All right, cool. Yeah, so don't forget to check out Buddy on Mixer. Again, it's mixer.com/BUDD1576. And don't forget to subscribe to us on iTunes and on Google Play Store. We are also just got the pre-approved stuff for Spotify. So right now we are waiting on the confirmation email. So within the next week or two, make sure to check us out on Spotify as well. We'll be announcing that on all of our social media platforms. So make sure to follow us on Facebook, our Twitter, Instagram, and all that good stuff. But thank you guys for watching or listening, and we'll see you guys next week. So bye.
See ya.